Hi, welcome to Story Time with Gigi. Today we're reading a story called The Unforgiving Servant. Arch Books. This was written by Janice Kramer and illustrated by Sally Matthews. The kindly old king was awake with the dawn. "Today's the day," said the king with a yawn. He popped out of bed, put his crown on his head, and dressed himself quickly in robes of bright red. He ran down the stairway as fast as he could and climbed on his throne made of monkey pod wood and sounded the gong. "Bring me my muffins and tea, and send all my messengers in here to me." The messengers came, and the king sent them out, with orders to ride through the kingdom and shout, "Whoever owes debts to the king must repay. Be at the palace by sundown today." There's the king. Before long, a crowd of 800 or more had gathered in front of the great palace door. They swarmed up the stairway and filled up the hall until there was no room to stand in at all. From high on his throne, the king watched with a smile. Beside him, the treasurer sat in a pile of books. There were books on the table and chair, and more on the floor stacked up high in the air. Sorry about that. "Now let us begin," said the king. So they did. They brought forth a money box, opened the lid. As people came forward to pay what they owed, that huge, mighty money box soon overflowed. Then up to the treasurer's table they came, one servant who scarcely could utter his name. He trembled and said in a voice very low, "I haven't the money to pay what I owe." "What?" roared the treasurer. "Then you will find it's Law 33 that we use on your kind. A law that says clearly," he ranted and raved, "that you and your family will be enslaved." Yikes. The servant ran up to the kindly king's throne and threw himself down on the floor with a moan. "Oh, please, sir, I promise that somehow I'll pay, but give me some time to discover a way." "Just how many pieces of gold does he owe?" the king asked the treasurer standing below. 10,000, the treasurer's answer was loud. 10,000, exclaimed everyone in the crowd. The king raised his hand, then quieted down. "That is a great deal," said the king with a frown. "But I shall use mercy. I hereby decree your debt is forgiven. You shall go free." "Oh, thank you, my king," cried the servant with glee. "I'll always remember your kindness to me." His heart was so happy he wanted to sing, "What a wonderful, merciful, kindly old king." He ran from the palace with wings at his feet and almost bumped into a man on the street. "You!" cried the servant. His smile disappeared. He grabbed the poor man by the hair of his beard. "You owe me some money. By heaven, I vow you'll pay what you owe me, and pay it right now." "Oh, please," cried the poor man, "I promise to pay. Just give me some time to discover a way." "Time!" laughed the servant with cunning and greed. "In prison, you'll have all the time that you need." So saying, he dragged the poor man off to jail with no lawyer, no trial, no money for bail. The news traveled fast to the servant's dismay, for the kindly old king heard what happened that day. "Find him," he ordered, "and bring him to me." The kindly old king was as mad as could be. Just 10 minutes later, the sad servant stood before the great throne made of monkey pod wood. "Today," said the king, "I showed mercy to you. I canceled your debt. Then what did you do? You walked out of here, and the first man you met, you threw into jail for not paying a debt. How shameful and wicked! Why couldn't you be as kindly as I was and let him go free?" "You don't deserve mercy." The servant grew pale. "I hereby command you be taken to jail." To prison he went for as long as he'd live, the servant who couldn't forget and forgive. And that's our story. I hope you liked it. It teaches an important lesson that we must forgive if we want to be forgiven. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye until next time.